Let's talk about the Equatorial Guinea scandal that has the internet buzzing and the entire nation stunned. This is a story involving high-ranking officials, unexpected discoveries, and a scandal that's revealing more than anyone could have anticipated. So, here's what we know: a financial official, Mr. Ebang Eye, who serves as the Director General of Equatorial Guinea's National Financial Investigation Agency, recently found himself under investigation. But the initial investigation wasn't about anything sensational. Authorities were just looking into potential financial crimes. It seemed like a routine audit at first. As part of this investigation, they decided to search through his electronic devices, his phone, laptop, and other gadgets, to see if any financial discrepancies or fraudulent activities could be traced back to him. But what they discovered shocked everyone. Instead of finding financial records, investigators stumbled upon a folder on his phone that held over 300 explicit videos. And here's where it takes a surprising turn: all 300 tapes featured Mr. Ebang himself, involved in intimate acts with different women. Some of the videos even showed prominent figures, including married women, relatives, and even women connected to powerful political figures. As the details emerged, the internet exploded with reactions. People were shocked to hear that among the women in the videos were his own brother's wife, a relative, and even the president's sister. To add to the shock, there's a photograph circulating online showing him in a group photo with 8 female co-workers. Allegedly, 6 out of those 8 women had intimate encounters with him that were captured in the videos. Now, what's causing such a stir is not just the scandalous nature of the tapes but also the fact that many of these encounters were consensual. This wasn't a case of hidden cameras. In fact, in some videos, the women themselves were seen holding the camera, aware and even active participants in recording these moments. Many are questioning how things escalated to this point and why these tapes were leaked in the first place. The internet has quickly divided into 2 camps. Some are outraged that Mr. Ebang's private life was exposed in this way, especially since these tapes don't appear directly related to the initial financial investigation. There's a valid question here: if investigators were genuinely looking into financial matters, why did they release tapes that have no bearing on those allegations? It raises concerns that maybe someone wanted to harm his reputation. But on the flip side, others argue that the tapes reveal deeper issues that needed exposure. Many of these women have families and significant ties within the community. Some, as we mentioned, are married to influential men, including one directly connected to the president. The tapes have shaken up many households, with the reputations and marriages of several people now hanging by a thread. And here's another layer: it appears that Mr. Ebang often didn't use protection during these encounters. This detail is sparking concern and criticism because it suggests a potential risk of spreading STDs or STIs. If Mr. Ebang were to test positive for any infections, he could face additional legal troubles for knowingly endangering these women's health. But there's more. Mr. Ebang himself is married with 6 children, and this scandal has thrown his family life into turmoil. People are wondering how this will affect his marriage, his children, and his standing in the community. It's not just the videos that are the issue here, it's also the locations where they were filmed. Allegedly, some of these intimate moments were recorded within the ministry building, in offices, parking lots, and other work areas. Instead of maintaining professional boundaries, it appears Mr. Ebang may have used his workplace for things that went well beyond his job duties. This has led many to wonder, how did he manage to persuade so many women, especially married women, to record these acts without any apparent hesitation? While extramarital affairs happen, it's unusual for people to capture them on camera without fearing the potential consequences. Some tapes even show the women alone, as though they were making recordings for his private collection. It's clear they had a high level of trust in him, perhaps believing he would never allow these tapes to become public knowledge. They may have thought that because he had as much to lose as they did, he would keep things discreet. But here's a harsh reality about the digital age: once something is recorded, it's no longer truly private. Even if everyone involved was willing at the time, recording creates a risk that things may not stay hidden. As the tapes began to leak, some women reportedly claimed it was a mistake or an error in judgment. But can they really say that? These were clear decisions made with awareness. No one forced them, and there was no sign of coercion. The tapes show them as willing, active participants. Unfortunately, the fallout is likely to be harsher on the women involved than on Mr. Abang himself. Many people are saying that as a man, he'll probably face less criticism. While he might be quietly admired by some for his behavior, the women could face public shame, blame, and harsh criticism. Some might lose their marriages or suffer a permanent hit to their reputations. This has led many to argue that if the relationships were indeed consensual and private, then maybe the tapes should never have been leaked. If Mr. Abang's financial investigation turns up nothing, he might even have grounds to sue those who breached his privacy. After all, private moments that don't involve criminal activity shouldn't automatically become public knowledge just because they're scandalous. But it's hard to ignore another possibility. It seems unlikely that a man could have over 300 tapes and no one else know about it. It's possible that rumors were circulating, and perhaps people were already suspicious. Some even suggest that the investigation wasn't really about financial crimes but was a way to uncover these tapes. After all, if you're truly searching for evidence of financial fraud, you're more likely to look at bank transactions and documents than at a video folder on someone's phone. This raises questions about the intentions of the investigators and whether this scandal was actually orchestrated. Another shocking number to consider: 300 videos. That's not something created overnight. We're likely talking about a collection spanning years. And within this collection are recordings with family members, co-workers, and women linked to powerful political figures. It's a level of scandal that goes beyond just one man's indiscretions. This is about the web of relationships, the impact on powerful families, and how such trust and secrecy could lead to a scandal of this scale. So, what's the takeaway here? If we look at it from a legal standpoint, there may be no actual crime if everything was consensual. Poor judgment? Definitely. Workplace misconduct? Perhaps. But consensual relationships between adults don't usually cross into legal territory. His biggest mistake, if anything, was recording everything. It's always risky because, as we've seen here, secrets have a way of coming to light. Perhaps Mr. Abang kept these videos as a personal archive or for reasons only he understands. But the sad truth is that now, marriages will likely be destroyed, homes disrupted, and relationships shattered. For Mr. Abang, this scandal may be damaging but manageable. For the women, though, the social backlash might be much harsher. And ironically, while he might still have his family, they might face the consequences alone. This story is a reminder of how delicate privacy is in today's world. The moment you press record, you're creating something that might not stay hidden. It's hard to claim it was all a mistake when multiple people knowingly participated in recording intimate acts. In the end, many are left with questions: were these tapes genuinely discovered accidentally? Or was there an intentional plan to expose him? Only time will tell if further details come to light. So, let me know your thoughts. Should these tapes have been leaked? Or did this man's actions, given the public trust placed in him, make it necessary for the truth to come out? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button to stay updated as we learn more about this unfolding story.